Good evening, folks. How are you? Welcome to Australian Futsal Group Premier League. Tonight we've got the first game, Wolves FC and Vic Friendship FC. Good evening to Roger and good evening to Alex. How are you, boys?
Good evening, Jack. How are you today? Or tonight, I should say.
Tonight, very, very well. Should be a very, very interesting game, this one. We've got the lineups here. For Wolves, we've got Hodge number 1, Joey number 8, the captain, Andy number 4, Jaden number 3, David number 10, Joshua 6, Shaw or Shaheen number 7, Arrow number 13, and Eddie number 9.
And for the Vic Friendship, we've got number 5, Daniel number 7, High, 32 we've got Habib, 16 Blue, 8 we've got Nam, and 2 we have Douglas.
Okay, this should be a very, very interesting game. I see Wolves have number of players, new players. We've got referees for tonight's game, Oscar and Godwill. We'd also like to thank our wonderful sponsors, La Paquera in Caroline Springs, Joma Australia, NetCentric Network Solutions, Ace Auto, the Tyre and Auto, and Decal Kings and Onflow. Thank you very much, guys. If anybody is interested in doing some sponsorship, please, we'd be more than happy to hear from you. All right, now to the game, Rog. What do you think?
It should be a very interesting game. I'm just looking at the lineup for the Wolves, and it's actually changed lineup. Considering that the last few weeks, Marco's probably issue has been subs, and full time he's got 2 subs, which is it's going to be beneficial for the Wolves, but also it's got a very youthful side, Jack. Yes,
rather has. A couple of new guys. One of the young guys playing for Marco, Edward, is a state player, state youth player. He's played a number of times for Victoria, and Arrow went to a school where I coach, so he's not a bad player either. But yeah, it's going to be very hard to break down this Vic Friendship team.
Yeah, it is, Jack. But considering that Marco's just got some new faces, and obviously, as I said previously, he's got 2 on the bench, but he's got a youthful experience side. And first shot there by High for Friendship, and great save there by the goalkeeper. And again, another shot but well blocked there by the Wolves. And you can see already that the Friendship are moving the ball extremely well. Another shot there by High, but on the side net in there. And just a poor distribution there by George. But you find that in this game, Jack, so far is that the Wolves have to apply as much pressure as possible on Friendship just to capitalise just their final pass, Jack, because they're getting the ball extremely quick already, and we've only played just over a minute into the opposition half. So this is where Marco tactically probably has to tell his players just to stay man on man, Jack, because he has got a youthful side, so fitness and also speed won't be an issue.
Yep.
But and considering that some of these players are inexperienced, tactically, Jack, I don't think that they've got the futsal experience to do so. But as I said, probably the best coaching information that Marco can give his players is try and go man to man.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a break here now for the Wolves. David. Oh, he's lost out to.
And he got High here with another chance. Has a shot, but well wide of the goals there.
On his weaker foot.
And all credit to Joey there, because Joey actually positioned himself where he didn't have a shot on goal, so he actually forced the shot on High. So it was well positioned there by Joey for the Wolves.
Yep. Yeah. Now we've got George bringing the ball back in to David.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of this, David.
No, he's been away for a little while. He's just come back this week. So we've got a side ball here for Vic Friendship. Back to Douglas, the keeper.
and it's good to see. I think it's Jaden, number 3 for the Wolves, who last week really impressed me last week.
Yes, good player.
Yeah, I thought.
young player.
I thought. He was by far the outstanding player for the Wolves, and probably last week on the night, Jack. So, but here he is on the ball here, down the flank to David. David back to well cut up there by High. It was a good. Yeah, he must cover the middle. And
not much of a chance there for
probably
the
poor
keeper.
goalkeeping there,
Yeah.
Jack. I'll be honest with you.
Should have come out a little bit.
Yeah, he's just stood up. He just as a shot was struck, Jack. As the ball was struck, it was actually you'll see that he's actually just stood up and just turned, Jack. So, and now we've got another here by Blue, and well done.
That's
Now,
better.
much better by George, the goalkeeper. Excellent work there, and this is what he needed to do in the first thing. We've got Jose again, and great save again. Excellent, Wolves.
Very well saved,
Excellent
George.
by George, and that's exactly what he should have done again. Jack on the first shot that they conceded, but once again we're playing. It's 1-0 to the Blues.
We've got Lawrence popping on and saying hello.
Yeah, haven't seen Lawrence for a while, but it's good obviously to
It's
see
not
him.
Marco with Roger, it's Jack and Roger. Thanks, Lawrence. I sound
So,
like
and we've
Marco.
got George there coming out, and unfortunately probably not a good move. And this is no offence to the goalkeeper, to George, because he has made some great saves, but
Lawrence was a one-time keeper for the Jaguars.
yes, he was.
In
He
the
was
F
very
League.
good too, well and disciplined,
Yeah.
and more, was actually had a lot of potential. So, but it's good to hear from Lawrence. And just going back to the goal, Jack, I just feel that it's 2-0, but probably the downfall of the goal was actually George coming out. And this is no disrespect to George as a goalkeeper, Jack, but at his age, it's to track back, and which you probably, and you just saw there, to cover that ball. That's actually what cost him. It wasn't the actual pass; it was actually the lost ball, and obviously him tracking back. But
Oh, we've got Joey in an
Yeah.
unfamiliar position, playing from the back.
and Marco probably wants to, as I stated to you before, Jack, he really wants to go man to man, because they're actually struggling at the moment to keep any formation at the moment, and it's already 2-0 after 5 minutes, Jack. So now we've got Blue on the ball.
Oh, that could have been handball.
So they're well cut out there by Jaden, and this is where the Blue have to be. It's well pressured there, but it's only one play, and well pressured there by Jaden, and great.
Well done, Jaden.
And this is where I'm saying, Jack, where it's lack of pressure, not by Jaden, but another Blues teammate. And obviously he did gain possession, but I feel that if they did have another ball pressure on the player receiving the pass, Jack, they would have gained possession and could have been a 2-on-1. Now we've got another opportunity here, and it's 3-0.
Too easy.
And
It's all too easy.
This is where, Jack, they really, as I stated before, and I'll state it again, Jack, this is where Marco has to go one-on-one with his players.
No good playing 2-2.
So, and we've got Joey on the ball, 3-0 now, Jack, and we've only played 6 minutes, so we really don't. Marco, the last thing he wants is a blowout here, Jack. And we've got
Yes.
Joey on the ball.
And
Has an option this shot there on the side netting. So, and this is where the players have to run back, and Joey has to get back now. He has to get back to the halfway, because he's got no support even if he does pressure, Jack. And now this is where the two players have to work. And now they've been caught out again, Jack, and this is where...
lucky it was a bad pass.
Yeah, but this is where, Jack, they really... Marco has to state to his players to go man on man.
Yeah.
And this is the only way that they're going to be competitive throughout this match, Jack, or else this is going to go into double figures. And
See,
we've got number 9 on the ball,
Eddie's on.
Who's Eddie, and Eddie's another good player. He's a state player also. And we've got High here once again and made it 4-0.
Bad pass through the middle.
Yeah,
Intercepted.
Is well equalised there by High there. The goalkeeper had no chance, Jack. And once again, what it was, there was not one player of the Wolves, if you notice the lead up, actually on one, he was at least 2-3 metres away from each opponent, and this is going to cost Marco.
Okay, Arrow on the ball now. Over to Eddie.
Eddie with the ball now. What can he do? And this is where good play there. He does need support. Eddie back. Joey should position himself not in centre because obviously they're going to block the middle. Well done there by Joey. To Eddie.
Good, Eddie. Eddie seems to be controlling things a
Yeah,
little
he
bit.
is. So, and
Arrow's through.
Oh, well done there by Arrow, but just unfortunately was unable to hold it. And this is where the players have to come back as quick as possible. And much better there by the Blue Jack.
Yes, very well done.
The ball did go out, but all four players were eventually were in their own half, which is obviously a positive. And this is where the players should be obviously communicating. And the other lack where, and this is just information for the young kids, is that the goalkeeper, whoever goalkeeper, has to pretty much control the play. But I haven't heard much from George.
Joey's doing a lot of work there.
Yeah, Joey is,
From
but obviously
left to right.
there's always a work, and this is where Joey has to come into the middle, receive the ball. And Eddie, another shot. He's going to go for another, and well blocked there. And well done there by Friendship, and all credit. They actually, it was well positioned there by the Friendship players.
See the player that got hit, he's really feeling it up the far end there.
Yeah, it is, but that's Nam, and Nam's also a very influential player for the.
Oh, Eddie cuts it out.
The
3 on 2.
We've got a counter attack here. This is a counter attack. Can they capitalise? A more save there, and Eddie with probably wasted opportunity. It was a 2-on-3, Jack, and this is where they have to capitalise, especially on a counter attack such as that.
Should have gone more for placement than
But
power.
I think obviously. Not that the ball was rushed, Jack. It was just that obviously the positioning, the ball bounced also.
But at least they're starting to attack now. They're starting to have shots.
Yeah, they are. But this is where, and once again,
he's gone.
And well cut out there by
Jaden.
I feel that Blue probably the last couple of minutes have played much better because they're actually really applying.
Yeah, they seem to have settled down a little bit.
And you find here, Jack, and this is the thing. If you cut it, if you just watch leading up to the goal, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 players all on one side, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where the
getting
fault
in each other's way.
Not getting in each other's way, Jack. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and you've got which obviously eliminates.
Oh no, there's a player hiding behind.
So,
a Wolves player hiding behind, and he gets to him.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of luck.
Yeah, but Jack, I just feel that it's just a lack of futsal. That's all, and obviously you want to improve, especially in this competition, because you don't want to make it into a social league, Jack. You know, so obviously this is where training comes into it, also, Jack, and just knowledge of futsal. So, but now you find this and just very easily done by Blue, and you know this is where it was well done there by Eddie, which actually made an attempt, and they do gain possession. Now, if you stop it here, Jack, you've got 1, 2, 3 plays in one line, and he's got no passing option unless he goes to his left. And this is obviously once again, as I stated to you previously, Jack, is just a lack of futsal knowledge, you know. So, and once again, it was well pressured there by number 13, which is Arrow. But obviously on your far right, this is where he has to have a communication where Josh, who's on the far right flank, Jack, didn't apply pressure. So it's just pretty much a waste of time if you do apply pressure, because you're just doing pretty much doggies all the way. And so, and well done.
Eddie, well done.
Well done. And can he capitalise? Excellent work there. And you can see, obviously the experience by Eddie coming into this game, and obviously playing at a national level. So he's played for Victoria. He did play for Victoria for many years. So
he was in the first time he made the team. I was his coach.
So
good player, good worker.
And one player I'd like to see more of is Jaden tonight. So he hasn't showed obviously probably his full potential, you could say, Jack. And the reason why I say that is that it's not him playing; it's the players around him. And usually players sometimes get lost also, Jack, in regards to where they should be positioned. And
well, there's absolutely no communication out there on
there's not, Jack. But like regardless of what standard of play you are, now if you've got 2 players and 3 players and and your opposition players aren't actually with you and so forth, then it just becomes really hard. And this is where he does have a shot.
No good shooting from there, though. Too far out.
So, and then you've got Blue unable to control more done there by Arrow, and it passes back to Eddie there, and then Eddie to Jaden back to Eddie. And this is probably where, I'll be honest with you, Jack, I think that will... and well done there by Josh. Good layoff to Arrow, and Arrow just wide of the
that was
far
well played,
post, Jack.
That was well played. Okay, we've got Douglas bringing the ball back into play through Nam. Out wide. Oh, no.
And this is where, once again, Jack, if you watch the replay once again,
2 players converging on one.
you've got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, you've got 4 players, I reckon, Jack, in the space of about 2 metres, and no one at all, and there was no communication by the goalkeeper at all to dictate to his players where to go. And you'll find that you've got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, you've got 4
well finished
players. Yeah, but Jack, it's well finished when when you've got a free pass to a player and there's no pressure applied onto the shot.
Nice Arrow.
So
Eddie on the ball, over to Arrow, toe poke, good save. Good save. The two young boys are combining really well.
Yeah, they are, and
Habib runs out.
work out there.
Runs out of energy.
And now back to Jaden here. Jaden's got
Played
possession
early,
of the ball.
Jaden. Yes, nice. To David then. They're not
just well cut out there by.
They're not moving with conviction but once they've played the ball, are they?
Yeah, but it just comes back to knowledge of futsal. I think their defence has been extremely poor for the Wolves, Jack. And as I said, your communication comes from your goalkeeper, Jack. So there's been no communication whatsoever by the goalkeeper. And as I said, the players have to go man-to-man. If they go to man-to-man, Jack, he's got 2 subs.
Well, for them, it's a lot easier that way.
So, well, it's much easier and you'll find that when they do apply pressure and they do mark on the opposition player, Jack, it becomes extremely hard because it limits actually the player with the ball, his passing options, Jack. Where at the moment 6-0 and 6-0 for a reason, Jack.
Yeah, well, it's kind of crept up pretty quick, hasn't it?
So, but we'll just see if they can obviously come back into the game.
Holding onto the ball too long. Now he's under pressure for no reason.
And got Habib here, who's technically extreme, and probably. That's one thing that a player does not do, is that once a ball gets thrown, he's turned his back or to the ball, Jack. Because this is where a counter-attack happens, and the ball probably the player should have come out to the byline and received it. So, but once again, you've got Friendship with the ball down.
3 on 2 now.
And once again, you've got 3 plays in the space of a triangle there, Jack.
Ooh, Daniel should have played it to the back post.
And what's one thing you realise, Jack, every time they have got a counter-attack, and what do the Blue players do every single time? Every single time, Jack?
Not come back.
No, not that they don't come back. They do one thing: watch them what they look at. They're looking at the ball, but they're not looking at the player, which means that the ball's much quicker than the player, Jack, and they're looking at the ball every single time, and this is where there's no communication.
Jaden's run away.
So I think that it was probably a good thing that he did run away. Just to actually take his player out of play and bring the ball up. And well cut out there by Nam for the Friendship, or else that could have been well done there by Arrow. Excellent work there by Arrow, and this is what you need. Excellent. Proper wasted opportunity there by Eddie, and this is where the players have to
put
come
it to
back.
The back post.
Come back, and once again, Jack, if you look at the replay, and this is where Jaden has to communicate with his goalkeeper. Yeah, Jack. Nam's received the ball, and if you look at lead up to the goal, he's turned his back already. Yeah. And this is where the goalkeeper has to come out, make it a one-on-one with the play with the ball. Yeah, and Jaden has to start
giving the ball away already.
And you watch this, Jack. Watch everyone look at the ball. Look, 1, 2, everyone's looking at the ball, Jack. And there's no pressure applied whatsoever. And there's no pressure applied whatsoever. And this is where Marco really has to stay to his players. I want to see more from George, the goalkeeper, in regards to communication, because the players are lost, Jack. The players are really lost, and they don't know where they're standing at the moment, Jack. So, and now hopefully we've got a counter here. We've got Jaden on the ball.
Daniel's way too
And
good
we'll
for
cut
that.
out there by Daniel Souza. And we've got, I think it's Douglas, the goalkeeper.
Yes.
And we'll excellent control there by High, and this is where the plays.
Well supported by Daniel. Two against 4, and they get a shot on.
But probably it's just really frustrated me, Jack, looking at the Wolves players, and the only thing that they look at, Jack, is the
ball.
The ball and actually letting Friendship play. Like Friendship are moving the ball, yes, but it's much easier to move the ball, Jack, when you've got no one on you. And you've got no pressure being applied.
Well, yeah, when you've got time.
So we're already down to the last minute and a half now, Jack, and it's 7-0 scoreline, and I really hope that Marco just digs into him at half time and just really states actually the facts, and hopefully Marco has picked up what errors obviously that they're conceding in the first half, Jack. And it's just way too easy, Jack, way too easy. And once again, you've got 1, 2, 3 plays. If Habibra had received the ball here on the flank, he's got literally, I'd say, probably about 10 metres free to run up to the goal. Yeah.
There was no one between him and the goal.
And this is where the players have to be smart, Jack, and the players have to really, this is not, training with 5-year-olds where the ball goes to the corner and you've got, every single player, even the goalkeeper, Jack,
the ball away now.
Running up to the...
good save, George. I think it's one of those, you're so out of confidence in the head.
So...
I've got 40 seconds to go of this first half.
So we've got Habib playing in the ball. Another shot by Nam, but well wide of the goal. And can we have a quick counter attack here? Good ball there by Georgie. And well covered there by Souza. Well covered there by Souza there. And can they've got 20 seconds left, Jack. They really have to get a goal back here. Really have to get a goal. And what they have to look at, Jack, is that they've got one player free. If they do lose it, they won't. You've got 11 seconds, 10 seconds, Jack.
Yeah,
they really have to capitalise. And we've got George. And
got to shoot. Too late.
There. And this is where probably inexperienced, Jack, and I realise that not one. And this is a difference, Jack. But we'll see you at
we'll see you all in a couple of minutes for the second half.
And back to the second half of Friendship versus Wolves here. We've got a scoreline of 7-0, so hopefully that the Wolves can come back into the game. We've got Nam on the ball, but loses control and it goes out for a kick in for the Wolves, and we've got Arrow bringing it back into play now. Hopefully second half the Wolves can come back into it and just show much more improvement from the first half, which they probably lacked of in regards to man-to-man marking. And we've got a shot here, but well saved there by George for the Wolves. And probably people that are listening, when you do have a team probably more technically gifted than you, and you probably and do seem obviously in regards to they can keep possession of the ball, so probably the best thing for the opposition team to do is go to man marking, just apply that pressure and force probably an error by just eliminating their passing options. Now we've got, and just lack of control there by the Wolves now. We've got Afro will pressure, but he does need support when he does pressure the ball, and this is where hopefully Marco has communicated to his players at half time. So, and just an wide pass there by High for the Friendship. Now we've got George to bring it back in for the Wolves, and Joey. We've got Joey in the ball, and this is a player that we probably want to see, and get into the game more, get into position. We've got, and now, unlucky there. Great shot there by Arrow for the Wolves there, and just well wider now. We might have a 1-on-1 here, but we'll track back there, and excellent work there by George. Came out, applied pressure on High of the Friendship, and made a good save. Now we've got, and we'll block there by David for the Wolves, and I feel that we've played already 2.5 minutes, and the Wolves are playing much better than they are. And saying that, they've just considered an own goal, and that was probably just lack of positioning by the Wolves player. And in a situation such as that, when a corner is taken, the opposition player should be facing towards his attacking goal when positioning for a corner, and nearly an opportunity there for the Wolves, and all cut out there by High. Now I've got Eddie on the ball, back to Joey, back to Eddie, and more cut out there by Souza. Put into play with Eddie, and then what can Eddie do? And he really needs support, and this is where Joey needs really, and good hustle there by Joey. We've got Souza now, well done there by Joey for the Wolves, and it's going to be a Wolves ball there. Excellent work there by Joey, and this is what the Wolves have to constantly do in this second half, just for them to get back into the game, is apply that pressure. And now wide to Eddie. Back to Jaden, and this is a play that we want to see more of in the game. He was exceptional last week, and obviously he's been a bit quiet tonight, but that's also just with the lack of support, I say. And we might have a counter-attack here. And excellent work there by Jaden. This is what we want to see by the Blue. They've played, even though they've conceded an early goal, they've played much better already in the first 5 minutes, or 4 minutes, I could say, of the second half. And just unlucky there he wasn't able to keep the ball in, Arrow, but once again, actually, as I said previously, they play much better than the first 5 minutes when they're already 3-4 goals down. An excellent save there by George again. Good shot there by Friendship, and you've got Blue, and this is where they have to apply that pressure. And no one in the middle of the D for the pass by Friendship. And we've got nearly 5 minutes gone already into the second half with 8-0 scoreline. And what can old George do? Brings it into play to Jaden. Jaden with the ball now, just needs that support. He just lack of defense. We've got Blue now, could be, and well done there by George, but the referee has called it back for a free kick. It will be a free kick on top of the D, so probably about a metre just outside the D, and just a foul committed there by Jaden of the Wolves. And now this is where George really has to get his players positioned well, and he does need a player at the back post on his right hand side, which he hasn't got. He needs one of his players, but he's got 3 in the wall. This could be an easy tap to Blue, and so George really has to position his players better now. And well done there by Jaden for the Wolves. And we've got back into position again. An excellent work there by Arrow. Comes back, just lack of position there, but very, very lucky the Wolves there. It was just lack of control there by Daniel Souza for the Friendship. We've got Jaden with the ball in his own half to Arrow to Eddie, and Eddie's played extremely well. And now to Joey, to Eddie, and a shot on goal. An excellent work there by the Wolves, and this is much better, a totally different side from the first half. And now what can they do now? They've got the ball in the opposition half, and just unlucky there, just had the weight to pass better Arrow, but once again they really have to get back here. You've got High on the ball on the far flank, but well wide of the goals. A much better there by the Wolves, and this is 2-on-2. What can they do here? They've got Joey on the ball. No, they've got Arrow on the ball. Sorry, and just well tackled there by High. And this is where they really have to show. Once they get into the opposition half, and if it is a 2-on-2, this is where they can't stop the ball to allow the opposition players to get back. And once again, well done there by Eddie. But well tackled there by Friendship. And to kick in for the Wolves here to George, the goalkeeper. George to Eddie, and Eddie's playing extremely well tonight, and he has shown his experience throughout the game tonight, and he just really needs a support by the other players. And good pass there to Joey, and what can Joey do? And this is just bad control, probably bad position there also by Joey. He really had to probably control that and turn and face the opposition goal. Now we've got Blue here on the ball. Well cut out there by Jaden. Excellent work. And now to Joey. Probably not some visual pass these. Probably Joey hasn't probably got that speed these days. But it was a good idea by Eddie. And once again, as I said, back to Friendship. So probably the last 2 minutes probably has been a little bit scrappy for both sides. So we want to see probably what we saw in the first 5 minutes by the Wolves and by the Friendship. And now here we've got Souza on the ball. This could be a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, an excellent cut out though by Jaden. And unable, but still kept in. Well done there by the Wolves. And excellent work there by Jaden. And this could be a counter attack here. They can't stop the ball. To Afro, what can he do? And well cut out there by Daniel. Well, and just a bit. And Habib well tackled, and that could have been easily a goal for the Wolves, but with just probably miss communication between a defender and goalkeeper for the Friendship. And we've got Hayden on the ball on the flank to Arrow. Arrow beats his play extremely well. Goalkeeper comes out, Douglas, for the Friendship, and clears for a kick-in, for the Wolves. And now kicked in again by Arrow, but well cut out there by Friendship. And we've got Jaden for the Wolves, bringing the ball in. We've got Arrow here, what can he do? Okay, excellent work there. And just well saved by the goalkeeper, and just if it was a bit more power, and just a shot. Wasn't sure if it was a pass or shot there by High, but it went directly to George, the goalkeeper for the Wolves. And now we've got Jaden on the ball for the Wolves. With High, and well pressured there by High for Friendship, and that just comes down just to experience. And this is what we wanted from the Wolves probably the first half. It's just out of pressure, and they're doing it in the. Well, they did do it in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and you find that obviously it gives the players much more confidence to, you know, once you receive that first goal, you know, and then you concede that second goal, concede the third goal, you know, it does. And great shot there by Arrow for the Wolves, and good save there by Douglas, the goalkeeper for Friendship. And we've got Eddie here on the ball now. What can he do? And he comes, and he just needs that support. We've got Arrow on the ball. Just lack of control there but well covered. Well, excellent coverage there by Jaden for the Wolves, and Eddie's got the ball now. Excellent pass there to Arrow. What can he do? Excellent save there by the goalkeeper. Well played in probably in the space of 30 seconds, and he misses a tackle now, and just wide of the post there by Friendship, which is number 9. It's probably not on the list, but yeah, but we'll covered there also by the Wolves. And now you've got Joey on the ball down the flank, and we've got Jaden, and this is where they really have to push up the ball to the opposition half. They're 8-0 down. You know, this is not, you know, they are keeping possession of the ball, but they really have to have chances on goal. They really have to try and get 1, 2, even 3 goals back by the, you know, within this second half. And we've got a ball out wide. Missed opportunity, another missed opportunity there for Friendship. Great 1 and 2. And now we've got Joey in his own half for the Wolves. Back to Jaden. And I think Jaden's just looking for it wasn't probably the best option for a pass, lobbing it over. And wide again by Friendship. And we've got Arrow, who's really impressed me probably in the second half. He's really impressed me. He's been pushed out wide. Well done by the goalkeeper to clear that. It could have easily gone to Blue. Now we've got a 2-on-1 here. This is where they have to get, and well executed there by Daniel Souza for the Friendship, and it makes it 9-0. And this is a lack of probably the communication, you could say. I wouldn't say fatigue, because Marco has got 2 players on the bench, and he's got that choice obviously to substitute his players if he realises that they do, if they are lacking a conditioning. Now high again, excellent save there by George, not to make it 10-0, make it more respectful, but at the end of the day, the difference is obviously probably experience and just fitness, I'll be honest with you. So I've got Souza on the ball here in his own half. He's been well pressured, but this is where the players, once again, you've got 2 players following the same play with the ball, and this is where obviously the communication by either another player on the pitch, either Marco or the goalkeeper, just to state that, you know, the players really have to go on a 1-on-1 situation here, just to get a consolation goal, or even maybe 2 or 3, and they've only got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. So you've got Souza on the ball, down the flank, to Habib. Excellent work, great footwork by Habib, excellent work, 1-2. And excellent finishing, and a great work there by Habib and Daniel Souza. 1-2, and well executed and well finished there. So that makes it 10-0, and it's probably extremely disappointed by Marco and his players. They did show throughout the game, you could say, so far. They have showed, you know, that they can play, that they can compete with Friendship, but probably their lack is obviously, you know, number 1 is futsal knowledge, and number 2 is, you know, obviously communication, which plays a massive factor. And, you know, in all sports, and communication is a major factor, because obviously the players only can turn to one side. They've only got 2 pairs of eyes. They can't see what's behind them, and they're factors that the players have to know. So good ball here. Can they capitalise? An excellent work there. Great ball there by Eddie for the Wolves to Arrow. Arrow, great pass inside the D, but was unable. They were unable to execute there. So, and this has been another factor for their game. So we've got less than 5 minutes left, and probably just saying all that, I think that Marco really, his probably words, probably at the end of the game would be, the lack of communication, and if anything they can gain from this, they probably can gain all their faults and see how they can brew. Yeah, there's no good probably that they can gain from this in regards to the way they played, but for next week, I suppose, Marco, they can improve on all on their errors or defaults, you could say, and the main one would be their communication. And got George to bring it back into the game. We've got Eddie, who's probably been their best player, and we've also got Arrow, who's played really, really well, but they've just had no support. Jaden's probably been a little bit quiet tonight, and once again, they've probably lack of, as I stated before, footy goals. But you've got Arrow on the ball now, and they've combined really, really well with Eddie. Arrow again, he's got a one-on-one with Habib. What can he do? And well beaten. Excellent work there. Excellent work there by Arrow. To Eddie again. Moves out of position. Beats one. Beats two. Unable to be a third play. Got Arrow on the ball. And once again, this is a counter-attack. It's a 2-on-1. We've got High and we've got Souza. Back to, just unfortunate. And High was expecting the ball to be further on top of the D, but it was actually cut across the D. So we've got 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes left now. We've got Habib on the ball for Friendship. It's back to High. Well cut out there by Jaden. Jaden beats Habib, and now this could be a counter attack, but an excellent save there also by the goalkeeper. But all credit to Habib, who actually followed his player, ran all the way back until the shot was made. Excellent work there by Habib. Now he's got his work out now. It's 2-on-1. Afro again. And excellent, well executed there. Consolation goal for the Wolves. And once again, it was the two players I mentioned before, which was Eddie and Arrow. And these two players probably, by far have been the best two players for the Wolves. And once again, this is what I stated to you previously. They need to execute their chances that they do get. And well done by the Wolves. So we've got Friendship now on the ball. What can they do? And this is where the pressure has to be applied. You can't allow the player to shoot. When the player attempts, he has to move up on the ball. He has to move up, apply that pressure, and become a line of defence for the goalkeeper. And we've got wall cut out there by Habib there. But excellent work there by Friendship. And now this could be another counter attack. You've got 3-on-2. This is where the players have to come back. 3-on-2. So yeah, ball was out. So we've got a ball to. Now we've got another counter attack here, and excellent work there. Good ball there by George, the goalkeeper, to Arrow into the opposition half. And Arrow one touch to Eddie, and Eddie finalised extremely well. And another consolation goal for the Wolves, which they deserved. And you've got 10-2 scoreline. You've got a minute and a half left. You've got a minute and a half left, and as I said, I think that Marco can take from this game. Obviously, the two goals that he did score, but also all the errors, as I said previously. And well done there by excellent work there by Arrow. And this is a player that for me is probably played best player probably the last 10 minutes of the second half. And player I mentioned before, him and Eddie, two players that have, if they do stay with the Wolves, they've got so much potential, and they can, with a few of the other players that Marco is missing tonight, they can actually have a team that will be able to compete throughout the season. And excellent work here by Daniel Souza, too high, out wide, and good save there by George. And it could be another opportunity here. It's another counter attack. It's a 2-on-1. What can George do? And just unfortunate again, they've got the ball. This is where the players do want to come back for the Wolves. You don't want to concede any more goals, and unfortunately they do, and that's just lack of coverage also by the Wolves players. And a scoreline of 11-3 now, and we've got Less than a second left, and final whistle. Thank you for listening and watching, guys. Final score, Friendship 11, Wolves 3. And we're here tonight with the man of the match, High, for the Friendship. And once again, you've dominated the game again, High. Throughout the years, I've always seen you, and the older you get, but the better you get.
Thank you much. We've been training, we played together a lot, like long time ago. Yeah, we do very well. The other team, I don't know.
How did you think the team? I saw you especially, and tonight you played extremely well. I think that the opposition team played very, very well in second half, but you were just too fast. And I think with the experience with yourself, you've had a great game tonight.
Yeah, very good. We start first half very well, and second half like we're tired. We don't have full team tonight, so a bit hard for the second half, you know.
Well done, High, again, and exceptional tonight, and once again, man of the match.
Yeah, thank you.